Tell me why you decided to run for selectman.
Well, I've been in town for my whole life and always enjoyed politics, and I got involved with the finance committee 5 years ago, and I've really enjoyed that. But what I have found is the finance committee has more of an advisory role as to whether or not we think the town should do this or we have the funding for it. Whereas on the Board of Selectmen, you can have more input in the day-to-day operations. You can enact changes more easily, influence really what goes on in town. So I'm ready to take that experience from not only my professional lives, but also what I've done volunteering the last 5 years and put that to use, because I think the town could really use that.
What kind of reaction are you getting from people, as you go around town? Do people know you already from being on the finance committee?
Yeah, I've actually been surprised where a couple of times I've been in Stop and Shop and people come up to me and they're like, "Oh wow, I'm so glad you're running, it's great." And I have no idea who these people are. So obviously they know who I am, and it's great to have people approach you and do that. I'm probably going to stop doing my shopping at Stop and Shop once I get elected, so I can not have to deal with that. I mean, it's going to take me 2 hours to go grocery shopping with everybody talking to me. But I think most people have been very positive in their approach. There's always one or two people like, "Why would you want to do that?" And hey, you need people like me to want to step out there and volunteer for the town, and other people have different roles in town.
Okay, one thing that came up at the debate last week was the need for more business in town. How do you think the selectmen should go about, helping out businesses who want to come to town or stay in town?
I think there's two main things the selectmen can do. One, which we already do quite a bit to help attract business, is through the TIF program, where they're given certain tax incentives for the first couple of years to move in and build a business in town, a sizable size business. The other thing we should look at is rezoning certain parcels of land to either commercial, neighborhood business, light industrial use. I'm not looking to build a steel mill on 122, but there's areas we should look to see if we can do that without forcing anybody out. We're not going to make any changes to people that currently live there, but when the landowners want to sell their property, we should look to see if the best use of that land is to rezone it to bring in businesses in attractive locations. A business is not going to want to locate off the beaten path. If they're right there on the main stretch in town, I think that makes it more attractive for them to come in. Well, my dad's lived here his whole life, and my mom moved here when she was in middle school, and they were high school sweethearts. And I've grown up in town along with my brother and sister, been involved in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. I was in Troop 107 here at the center of town. I played Little League Baseball. When I finished playing that, I umpired Little League Baseball. I had different jobs around town when I started, working for Rick Anderson and Jeff Bazinet here at the Common. I worked for Steve Spazzato down at his greenhouse. I've just really enjoyed my time in town, made a lot of friends, and after college, when I had the choice to decide where I wanted to go, I decided, hey, I want to come back to Grafton. This is a great place, and bought a house, and for the last 5+ years been living on Indian Path over off of Institute in Weston.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you think your financial background will be helpful with in being on the board?
I think at this time it's a huge asset. I mean, we're really going through a tough economic time period, as everybody knows, and it's even harder for municipal government due to Proposition 2.5, where we can only raise or increase our revenue so much each year. So we need to really analyze where we're spending, what the returns we're getting on it, and the best way to allocate the limited amount of funding we do have.